What's up? It's your boy K-Blao HoodX. Make sure you sign up for hoodx.com. I wanted to tell y'all a real quick story about this Gemini dude I'm working with, man. Like, mind you, when I think of Geminis, the thoughts get blended a lot because they all act the same. So, like, this story might start off one way, and I might end up talking about somebody completely different. But it's the same energy, because, like, this happens a lot of times on dealing with Geminis, because they act all the fucking same. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Right now I'm working with this Gemini dude, you know what I'm saying? He a concert promoter, you know what I'm saying? He books a lot of artists. He works with a lot of artists. Now, mind you, he's a Gemini, so he wears a lot of hats. You know what I'm saying? So, at least he think he wear a lot of hats, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? So, like, he do media, he do engineering, you know what I'm saying? He know how to do t-shirts, he know how to do graphics, he know how to do promotion, he know how to do a little, he dibble and dabble in a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying? So, like, me as somebody who does TV and do film and things like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, the artists he worked with, the reason, you know what I'm saying, I was trying to team up with him was to actually, you know what I'm saying, funnel these artists that he booked into a television program, you know what I'm saying? That was based off a blueprint that I learned from this this company called Grimo Cypher out of Rhode Island, you know what I'm saying? And they have a blueprint, you know what I'm saying? Mind you, like, all of these different artists all have their own different production companies and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's real hard to figure out who's gonna be the face, like the lead front, okay, like, we're gonna run everything under this umbrella, you see what I'm saying? Now, this tears directly into the point what I'm trying to make, which are dealing with this Gemini dude, because, like, every time a fucking idea hits his eyeballs and ears, like, he flips, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, he don't have the ability to, like, hear a plan and just stick to that plan. Like, I said this in my other video, and they're like, Geminis listen to rules to break the rules, to figure out, like, okay, how they gonna fit in between this shit. Like, they cannot just hear a plan and just execute the plan. Like, they gotta tweak it, they gotta, like they tweak. And mind you, like, the way this blueprint was supposed to work, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were supposed to, you know what I'm saying, I was supposed to get paid, you know what I'm saying, a certain amount of money to, you know what I'm saying, like, they was gonna book the artist. I was gonna engineer and edit all of the footage, you know what I'm saying? I was supposed to get paid a certain percentage of every artist that they booked, you see what I'm saying? And, like, mind you, we had a date set in place and everything, like, you see what I'm saying? What ended up happening was, like, you see what I'm saying, because we trying to get it off the ground, the price that we started was a smaller price, you see what I'm saying? And mind you, this is just for the people that was on the inside, you see what I'm saying? But as we keep moving, like, the price is supposed to go up, you know what I'm saying, to book the different artists, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, trying to explain this to him, you see what I'm saying, he couldn't get this part of the story because, like, he was all over the place. Like, every time I call a meeting, like, he'd be like, man, I got too much shit going on. I can't just drop everything I'm doing and fucking come to you. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, he say this type shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? Mind you, like, I was like, okay, cool, you got a lot of shit going on. You see what I'm saying? But, like, mind you, like, this is my plan. I'm trying to run this play. You see what I'm saying? He needs the details on how, like, booking the artist, how we gonna actually run it. He's not available to show up all the time. Like, you see what I'm saying? Which is understandable. But what ends up happening was, okay, when he comes back around, you see what I'm saying? And to get the information, and he don't like the way it sounds, what happens is that he Donald Trump the situation. It's some Gemini shit. And so, like, he'll be like, well, no, I don't like the way we're doing that, so we got to do it my way, or I'm not going to be involved no more. It's like, hold on, you ain't even have nothing to do with that aspect of what we was talking about. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like what happened is they overbooked. Like, they were supposed to book 5 people for a show we was doing. You see what I'm saying? They overbooked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Him and his partner, they overbooked. They booked, like, you know what I'm saying, 7. They was trying to book 10 people. I was like, no, we only need 5 people because it's only so much time that we can actually have to actually produce this show, you know what I'm saying? And we're still at the beginning, so we need to move slowly. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna start with 5 people, you know what I'm saying? What he ended up doing was getting, you know what I'm saying, they tried to book like 10 people, you know what I'm saying? And they was like, okay, no, we're gonna do 2 shows, basically. And I was like, no, we need to stick to the plan, you know what I'm saying? Because we just getting this foundation, we need to, like, make a plan and just stick to this plan, like, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, well, no, we already booked these people, you know what I'm saying? We can't give them their money back, they already booked. And I'm like, well, you missed the meeting. You see what I'm saying? And the information, mind you, even though he missed the meeting, the information was still right there on the Facebook. All he had to do was see we was booking for 5 people. They went and just heard the idea, took the idea and flipped it and did whatever the fuck you want to do. And it's okay, now we're going to book 10 people. And mind you, I got to engineer this whole shit. You see what I'm saying? But what he do, okay, well, you don't have to engineer it. I can change it. I can hire other engineers. It's like, bro, you're changing the whole plan around to cover up for the fact that, like, you are missing, like he was missing out on information. You see what I'm saying? Shows up late halfway into the shit and then wants to change the whole shit around based on the fact of the missing information. And then turn around and say he's confused that he don't have the information, you see what I'm saying, because he missed the whole shit from the beginning. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, this, mind you, like, this was my idea for him to become, like, this dude, what he does is book concerts. You see what I'm saying? I got a TV show. I'm trying to funnel their shit into this. See, I know exactly what we gotta do. All he gotta do is book the talent, like you were saying, and like get the memo and do what they say. You know what I'm saying? He can't. It's just that this is what he was already doing in the concept. It's like, yo, you already book artists, you already book performance. You see what I'm saying? So why can't you just? I'm gonna give you a flyer. You see what I'm saying? We're trying to book 5 people and book them onto this platform. You see what I'm saying? Simple. You see what I'm saying? What ended up happening? Oh well, no. Well, I don't want my name associated with the people that you book. Like, this ain't even got nothing to do with you. You know the artist. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, this ain't even got, you don't even got to show up type shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? This is for a whole nother TV show. We just need you to book the artist and funnel them into, you know what I'm saying, this TV show. Where you try to take control of the whole fucking situation. You know what I'm saying? Only to cover up the fact that he missed the meeting and missed out on the information. You know what I'm saying? This is not his idea to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, like, what he's trying to do now is basically hijack the whole fucking blueprint. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, like, wait, well, that's what they end up doing. They say, okay, well, we're going to book for 2 shows. I'm like, no, we're going to do 1 show. We need to stick to the plan. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Today he called me like, okay, no, we're going to do 2 shows. You know what I'm saying? Because we overbooked. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I'm not even talking about the fact that, like, the people that they book, they charge half price. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were supposed to do 5. We were supposed to book 5 people at half price. You know what I'm saying? To perform. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't know it was half price. You know what I'm saying? We were supposed to explain to them, like, Joe, like, normally this is double. Like, normally, like, what you're paying, you're normally supposed to pay double for this. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to do. 5 people. They booked 10 people at the half, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't get the information. So they booked double the amount of people at half the amount of value. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, no, it's supposed to be 5 people at this price. The next 5 is supposed to be at full price. You know what I'm saying? They was like, well, no, we already booked them. It's because they missed, you know what I'm saying, missed out on the information, missed the meeting. You know what I'm saying? But this is what he tell me, like, well, if I can't make a meeting, just send me the information. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is what happened. I'm like, well, granted, I could send you the information. You know what I'm saying? But the history that I've had with him up to this point, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sending him information, you know what I'm saying? It's just another thing in his feed. Like, I'm just another person in his feed sending him information. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no, like, this is what Gemini do. Like, they got a whole feed full of people, like, just sending them shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, like, that's why I was like, no, like, you need to understand, like, this is a plan. You need to, like, if we call a meeting, you know what I'm saying, I need you to sit down and we need to, you know what I'm saying, discuss this together. So, like, when the shit later on come up, you have full understanding and you'll be totally clear on everything that we laid out, you know what I'm saying? And this is what's playing out, you know what I'm saying? But he's like, well, no, just send me information. We can do it over the phone, you know what I'm saying? And granted, like, I do the same shit, you know what I'm saying? But I know specifically with him, that shit ain't gonna work, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, we didn't ran these type of plays so many times. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He said he had a t-shirt company, you know what I'm saying? Like, these t-shirts, like, I made these t-shirts. This is the actual name of the brand, you know what I'm saying, of the place we go, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I made these shirts, you know what I'm saying? So, he got, you know what I'm saying, he feeling a certain way because he has a t-shirt business. Like, you know what I'm saying? But mind you, like, before when I came to him to discuss, you know what I'm saying, trying to set up a t-shirt business, we couldn't get a formula, we couldn't get a blueprint in place and actually stick to that blueprint because of the same shit. It was like micromanaged, like every little detail. Like, it's not like it takes a genius to actually press up a motherfucking shirt, you know what I'm saying? It don't take a genius to book a motherfucking bunch of people into a motherfucking TV show, you know what I'm saying? It don't take a genius to do the shit we do. It's just that, like, sometimes Gemini, y'all to be too smart for y'all own good. It's like y'all too ain't no retentive for y'all own good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in that you can't perform on a team. And, like, this is why a lot of times Geminis always have a weak-ass crew. I said this shit in my other video and said, like, y'all can't perform with other bosses or, like, other people who could do the same shit y'all can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know how to engineer and I know how to engineer, like, you're going to Gemini, they will never be able to, like, they going to see you as, like, some type of competition. Like, it'd be too, they cannot function as a team well. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, they be on some Batman shit, like, you know what I'm saying, with the motherfucking Justice League. Like, they be, like, trying to go their own way type shit. Like, they want to be on a team, but then they want to do everything their own fucking way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mind you, like, I got another Gemini dude that, like, you know what I'm saying, like, he followed me on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, he's a musician, and he follows the site Hood X. He sends me a lot of music, you know what I'm saying? But, like, you know what I'm saying? He the type of person, like, he should try to get all my ideas and shit and just run off with ideas, not knowing, like, Joe, you don't do this. This is not what you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the way I run my whole site, everything, I see it. Like, he pop up, he asks me a bunch of questions every night. Like, every time I put out like a promo that really hits, like, he'll pop up in my feed and he'll be like, hey man, what's going on? And I got this going on, and what's been going on with you? And I'm like, man, I'm sorry I haven't been promoting the way I used to promote back in the day, but, you know, I just got a lot going on, and you know, I'm still down with you and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He'll come at me like this every time I put out a promo, you know what I'm saying? But what he really doing is, like, sending me music, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I'm buzzing, you know what I'm saying? So he trying to grab hold on to that, you know what I'm saying, that that buzz, like, you see what I'm saying? So he's like, hey man, what about me? Like, he don't want to be forgotten about, you see what I'm saying? You know, when I start getting my promos going, you see what I'm saying? He like, well, fuck, why didn't you put mine in there? Woo, but he kind of know that, like, he just be in and out, like they show up when they need something type shit, you see what I'm saying? Like, but the reality is that, like, the idea, like, this was fucked up about Geminis, man. It's like, when the idea hit y'all head, it play out fucked up. Like, when y'all hear some new information, when y'all hear some new shit, y'all do the type of shit that's like, what's that chick's name, man? The chick from King of Queens who was exposed the Scientology shit, like that bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's a perfect example of, like, a chick who, like, hear information and, like, the way they respond to the information be fucked up, and, like, you know what I'm saying, and then, like, they go back and try to double back and like correct it, or like they just be like dip like in and out. It's like Batman, like, you know what I'm saying, like they claim they're on the team, but they really not. They really just be there to, like, steal all the motherfucking ideas and, like, and expose the shit. Like, this is the same shit Tupac did when he was Machiavelli, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, they be around a group of people, but then they end up turning on them, like, for whatever reason. The same shit Left Eye did, so I'm saying, with TLC, like, you know what I'm saying, like, they always be jumping in and out of their team, like, you know what I'm saying, and like, they don't see this as a pattern. They don't see, like mind you, like, I try to explain this to him, like, bro, like, I'm just another nigga that you going through. I'm just another fucking spoke on this wheel. Like, you gonna continuously go through this shit where every time you come to, like, a real good idea, or, like, a real good chance for you to, like, to make a big change, you gonna fuck it up. Like, you see what I'm saying? I tried to explain this, so it's not me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I could come at you with a million different ideas. You gonna sabotage every fucking idea trying to be all over the motherfucking thought. Like, it's the way that it's not the actual idea, it's the way that you approaching the idea. It's like a lot of Geminis can't, like, just sit the fuck back and just play their part on a team. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you are in a like, you might be a boss, you see what I'm saying, but sometimes you got to come to a table with a whole bunch of other bosses. Like, you see what I'm saying, Geminis do not do good with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, they end up doing shit like Donald Trump, and they're like you can picture Donald Trump sitting at the table with a bunch of bosses, but, like, you know what I'm saying, you make an ass out of yourself. It's like you make a fool out of yourself. Like, you see what I'm saying? You on the crest of this power, but you don't know how it look. Like, you look like Donald Trump. Like, in that, like, people can see through what you doing. You see what I'm saying? You don't. It's a way that like diplomacy. This is what they call, you know, a democracy. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's a way that you come to a table and deal with other bosses. Like, you see what I'm saying? Geminis suck at this. Like, you see what I'm saying? This is why Tupac got killed. This is why fucking, you know what I'm saying, Biggie got killed. You see what I'm saying? This is why motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, Left Eye got killed. You know what I'm saying? This is why, you know what I'm saying, Marilyn Manson got killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, Geminis end up getting killed. This is why Ultimate Warrior, essentially, you look at Ultimate Warrior, where he went through WWE, saying, you know what I'm saying, he ended up getting, you know what I'm saying, kicked out of the WWE, even though he was, like, you know what I'm saying, he could have been the greatest wrestler in there if he didn't have that Gemini energy. And, like, you know what I'm saying, this is why they put out the documentary called the, what's it called? The Self-Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior. You know what I'm saying? I suggest every Gemini watch that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it's not just the self-destruction of the Ultimate Warrior, it's the self-destruction of, like, Geminis. And that, like, y'all do this shit to all of y'all friends. Y'all do this shit to all of y'all, you know what I'm saying, business partners and shit. Let's, like, you know what I'm saying? I know a Gemini woman, you know what I'm saying? She was, I ain't gonna even say that. You know, I'm not gonna even say that. I'm not gonna even say that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? The best advice I can give to Geminis is, you know what I'm saying, learn how to sit on a team. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to be coachable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go do some sports. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to play on a basketball team. Learn how to, like, you know what I'm saying, play on a football team. Like, learn how to be a part of a team without fucking taking over the team, you know what I'm saying, and being self-destructive. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to be on a fucking team and not necessarily be the leader of a team. Like, go join a team and just be a part of the fucking team. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about, you know what I'm saying, what's going to end up happening is that you're going to go join a team, you're going to end up doing the same shit. And you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get you to get that thought in your head. Is that, like, go join a team and shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Go join a team and just play that fucking position. Don't worry about what the fuck the next person doing. Don't worry about what the fuck they doing. Just like, okay, I'm going to do my best job at this and don't focus on shit else. You know what I'm saying? Like, go watch some videos on, like, you know what I'm saying, when people hypnotize themselves on success. Like, you can go YouTube and just look up, like, some self-hypnotizing motherfucking successful video, or, like, learn how to focus and, like, create a calendar and focus on one thing at a time. This is what fucks up so many Geminis, is that, like, y'all see one thing and jump on that, now you want to do that. It's like a motherfucking kid almost. It's like, oh, I see that, monkey see, monkey do. So I see that, now I'm gonna do that. Oh, like, what the fuck about this? Oh, fuck that, now I'm doing this. And like, okay, well, now I'm doing, no, I see this, now I want to do this. Oh, that's a better idea. Oh, no, I'm gonna do this. So now it's like, y'all got the grass is always greener on the other side syndrome. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, like, y'all cannot put together a plan and execute that fucking plan. Because what's gonna happen is that the next day, some next shit gonna come along and it's gonna fucking distract you the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker say some shit like, okay, we're gonna do ABC. You know what I'm saying? Then when it's time to do ABC, y'all gonna be like, oh, well, we can't do that now because such shit came along and changed the whole motherfucking shit. You see what I'm saying? This is a total weakness in every Gemini motherfucker I know. You see what I'm saying? And like, what you need to do, like I say, is get you a motherfucking calendar, get you 2 calendars, write the shit down and do it. The rarest people in the world are the people who do what they say. You see what I'm saying? The rarest people in the world are people who actually make a plan and actually execute the plan. You see what I'm saying? This is like less than fucking 5% of the population. This is why people who graduate from college and they be dumb as hell in that, like, they are nowhere near as smart as a person with street, you know what I'm saying, level of street mentality. But the difference is that they can make a plan and execute the plan, and a motherfucker who got, you know what I'm saying, street smarts cannot do that. They cannot make a plan and execute the fucking plan. This is the only difference between people who actually graduate from college and people who have street smarts. You know what I'm saying? Is that the people who graduated fucking say, okay, look, I'm going to do ABC, and they do ABC, and they do not switch, and they stick to it. And it's the best advice I can give a motherfucking Gemini. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all, this is why you constantly moving from place to place. This is why you constantly switching from car to car. This is why you constantly switching from spouse to spouse, girlfriend to girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Y'all scattered all over. This is why you switching from job to job. You're constantly getting fired, laid off over here. Now I'm doing this, and now I'm sending my resume over here, and I'm doing, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's you know what I'm saying? Go look up the video I got on my page. It's called the White Rabbit Avatar, which is shadow self for all air signs, not just Gemini. You know what I'm saying? This is White Rabbit Syndrome. You know what I'm saying? You go look up the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. You see him running. He's like, I'm late. And he's running. He's no time to say hello. He got the bells and the whistles. He's dropping shit. He's got his clock. He's fucking running. He's scattered. He's all over the place. This is Gemini. This is y'all energy, the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you are aware of this when you know what I'm saying, when you're dealing with your business partners. Know that, like, you got these energies pulling on you. It ain't them, it's you. You got these motherfucking whispering jinns in your motherfucking ear saying shit like, hey man, I could do this. You don't need them. You can do this shit yourself. And fuck this shit, man. I know I'm better than this. I can show all these people I'm better than this. I think fast, I'm smart. Like, this shit is not gonna stop. You got this shit in your ear tugging at you, and it's causing you to do the shit you're doing. All right, you need to check that other twin. You know what I'm saying? It's you got the shadow twin sitting up in you, you doing fucking stupid shit, talking to the good twin. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be aware when the shadow twin kick in, when that motherfucker lock into your spinal cord and hit your motherfucking eyeballs, and you sit up and you go, okay, this is the other twin, like, pulling you to do this other shit. You need to be totally fucking aware of this. Because you know what I'm saying, it's gonna hit you when you hear the new idea. Like right now, even you hearing this shit right now, like I know that shadow twin kick in. Like, man, fuck that shit. I know I can make a video doing the same shit, and all I gotta do is give me a video and do like this is the shit that y'all do. You know what I'm saying? You miss the whole point. You're not coachable. You can't be a team player. You know what I'm saying? This is why the world fucking despises Donald Trump right now. In that, like, motherfucker, you can be the president. That still don't make you, like, motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, still don't want to, like, man, don't even get me started on this. You know what I'm saying? People can read energy now. We living in a time now where people can read energy. You see what I'm saying? People can read your aura. People can read, you know what I'm saying, your intentions before you even do it. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? When you hear a thought, look at your intentions. You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself, why am I doing these things? You know what I'm saying? Why am I acting this way? You see what I'm saying? It's your intent. It's not necessarily, you know what I'm saying, your actions, it's your intent. So, you know what I'm saying, Gemini, learn how to make a plan, stick to your plan, and ask yourself, why are you doing the things that you do? You know what I'm saying? Write shit down, stick to it. You know what I'm saying? Tell your friends that you appreciate, you know what I'm saying, what they bring into your life. And don't necessarily, you know what I'm saying, stop trying to boss everybody around. You're not the boss of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Let, you know what I'm saying, the people around you do what they do. Stop micromanaging, all right? And subscribe to my channel. Peace.